Today's mashup episode was recorded live at Nice Winery during their release party of their special rosé wine that was created entirely to benefit the rose. If you want to know more about Nice Winery and how for years they have supported and helped the rose, then we're going to put in the show notes a link to the original episode we did with the founder of Nice Winery, Ryan Levy. In this episode, you're going to hear from people who step in and help when breast cancer is upended their life. They're friends, caregivers, and supporters of the rose. Together, we'll hear about survivors talking about leaning on family and friends, how the rose makes sure no one chooses between treatment and necessities, and you'll also hear from a board member, Dale Dodds, who is doing the tough work to support caregivers. When you subscribe to our show, you help us grow. Someone you know may need to hear this story. So please share with your family and friends and consider supporting our mission at therose.org. Let's talk about your breast. A different kind of podcast presented to you by The Rose, a breast center of excellence and a Texas treasure. You're going to hear frank discussions about tough topics. And you're going to learn why knowing about your breast could save your life.
Hi, my name is Claudia Farinola, and I am a 17-year breast cancer survivor. I'm honored to sit on the board of Emma Jacobs' Breast Cancer Foundation called Taking Initiative to Survive, better known by its acronym TITS. This is my husband, Brad Dorsey, and he's my biggest supporter and advocate in all of my medical concerns.
I met her on the tail end of her recovery. So she had a couple surgeries left when I met Claudia, and I know that it was a sensitive topic for her when we first met, but she's such an amazing woman, and she needed all of our support, her family's support, all of our support, and she came through it. So we're very proud of her. She was very strong.
Well, I appreciate you, honey. It was a kind of a unique time in my life. I was a young breast cancer survivor. I was diagnosed at 43. I met my husband later in life, and it was at the tail end of my reconstructive surgery, if you will. So, needless to say, my confidence and my femininity felt very weak at that point, and Brad certainly made me feel whole, and I'm very, very blessed that I met this man. I won the lottery, honey.
We also did a few fundraisers for different breast cancer groups. We own a couple of businesses. One of the businesses we're partners in is called Crave Cupcakes here in Houston. And we've done a few fundraisers for breast cancer. And when we did it for the Rose, every customer came in to buy a strawberry cupcake. They knew $1 was going to the Rose for their purchase. And it was by far our biggest fundraiser that we had over the years.
And we're here tonight in support of the incredible work of the Rose. They offer imaging services, diagnostics and treatments to patients in breast health care, regardless of their ability to pay. And that's why we are here in support of this incredible organization, as well as to honor Dorothy Gibbons as she reaches her retirement after nearly 40 years of service. We're really happy for her in this next chapter of life. We wish her all the the best in health, and we will miss you, but know that your work will carry on in all of us for decades to come. Thank you, Dorothy.
Congratulations to Dorothy. We'll keep carrying the torch for you.
Hi, I'm Christine Tabrizi. I'm a good friend of Emma Jacobs. She was my neighbor in Houston. She's now in New York. And over the years, I've supported her breast cancer foundation, and she's taught me a lot about the Rose and just everything she knows about breast cancer. And last year, my sister was diagnosed, and then thankfully, she's still clear today, and she had her lumpectomy. And then after that, my aunt was diagnosed, who's in her late 70s, and then my husband's niece was diagnosed. So it's hitting home closer than ever, and it's important to support women out there and get your mammograms.
My name is Ellen, and I'm here at Nice Winery supporting the Rose in support of breast cancer. My sister had breast cancer, and I understand the importance of uninsured and needing that mammogram, and so I'm happy to be here and buy their nice wine. Family members who are survivors, just cherish your memories. Try and go back and pull those pictures and pull those funny moments and, cherish that loved one. And remember the happy times, not always the sad times. Sometimes breast cancer can be hard and sad, but try and, after you get through the hard times, go through the happy times and appreciate those, because they are worth it to remember.
My name is Nicole. I am a breast cancer survivor, and I'm here at Nice Winery supporting the Rose. This is a really great organization to support women who need mammograms and that support of making it into breast cancer treatment. 2023, Santa brought me a lump of coal in my stocking, and my journey started in January of 2024. So here I am, just a year out from treatment, feeling great, but fully recognizing that I am blessed in what I have and being able to go through this treatment without worrying about my daily life and making sure that my personal needs for my family are met. And I think the Rose bridges that gap. No woman should have to determine or decide if they're going to get treatment or take care of their family. So I think this is a really great organization.
Well, I'm Dale Dodds. I'm the new treasurer on the board. So I was invited or asked to become part of the Rose through the former treasurer, Bob Tinzer. I actually know Bob from church, and we were talking one day and he was mentioning about this opportunity, and I said, man, that'd be fantastic. I actually work at Episcopal Health Foundation, so I had a little bit of knowledge of the Rose, some of the donations or the funding that we do through the Episcopal Health Foundation. And I always heard very positive things about it. The more I begin to learn about the Rose, the more intrigued I become. It's Dorothy's background and the whole story. The 40 years as the co-founder and CEO, to me, is very amazing. I was trying to think of anything that would be comparable as far as somebody else in that position, in that tenure, and I can't think of anything, of anyone. I had the chance so far of visiting with Dorothy and the team a couple times now so far, since I just started in August, and great team, amazing. It's been a pleasure to be able to work with them and to get to know them as members, employees of the Rose. So a lot of my background is in accounting and finance, and really in the healthcare area. And part of what's probably for the last 30 years or so. So one of the ways I like to think of it is that I'm actually helping those that are helping the people. I don't have the skill set to be on the caregiver side. Part of what I enjoy doing is making it so much easier for those that are actually the caregivers. And so they don't have to think about the various administrative pieces, and so they can do their jobs better and not have to worry about some of these things. About serving on the Rose and being able to assist in that manner as well. The opportunity to have some expertise or some skills that would be able to assist in this mission, it's incredible to be able to think that I can help in some way.
Hi, I'm Sarah Davalos, and I am a newly breast cancer survivor, and I'm here at Nice Winery wanting to support the support that they give to women who cannot afford treatment, who don't have the insurance to cover it. I just went through this. My diagnosis was April 29th. I just had surgery July 7th, and in between was a million different tests and screening and x-rays and doctor's appointments, and I would say it's going to be okay. It's a journey, but lean on your family, lean on your friends for support. Definitely always advocate for yourself. and positivity. You've got to think positive during the whole experience, that it's going to be okay and your outcome is going to be good. It's an endorphin to feel positive and to think about positive things and to imagine yourself at the end of the journey and being cancer-free. I think, the days when you're feeling down, it is really hard. I'm pretty faithful, so I definitely depend on our Lord and Savior. He was with me every step of the way, and I'll get very emotional, but I would call a friend. And they would pick me up and pep me right back up to where I was before, because completely normal to have those days and you can't help it. But I think getting up every day, I try to get up and do gratitude, and I did through the whole journey, and that just puts a really good spin on my day. I understand the gravity of not having insurance and not having funds to pay for your treatment. So that's why I'm here today at the Nice Winery to support the Rose.
I'm Shannon McBath. I'm here to support my very glorious friend, Emma Jacobs. She's my heart. I was with her the night. We were at an event that she invited me to the night before we got her diagnosis. And then reality hit. And so I was by her side, and she was so strong and so brave and went through everything with all her heart. But what happened to her heart is it lit it on fire, because what she wanted was to embrace anyone that has gone through this journey. She wanted to be with them all the way and would help them with resources, volunteered. And this is where we are today. She just constantly wants to be with her sisters and brothers that have breast cancer. She wants to support and be thoughtful and directive. She's very directive, by the way. So I'm just here to support her and love her so much. The most important thing, Emma remembers when she had breast cancer. I took pictures from the night before and I put them all around her room. It's important to make people feel like they're at home and they're surrounded by love, because I think the mental is very important to healing. So you want them to feel like they are surrounded by support. And I think that uplifts them, and I think that's important for healing.
Hi, I'm Shirley Connell, and I am a 5-year breast cancer survivor, and I'm here at the Nice Winery supporting the Rose organization for breast cancer. And I'm here because I'm blessed to be a 5-year survivor, and I want to help and support other people that are going through this journey. I would say keep positive people in your life. I tended to hide away from people when I was going through it, and I had a really good dear friend who made sure she talked to me every single day, and she really helped me get through that. And I realized that hiding and avoiding people because you didn't want to bring them down is actually a mistake, because most people really want to be there to support you and encourage you and be a friend to you. And so let your friends be there for you if you're going through this journey.
Hi, I'm Steph Pearson, and I am a 20-year breast cancer survivor. I'm here at the Rose fundraiser tonight. I'm friends with Emma Jacobs. We actually have the same oncologist, so haven't seen her in a while, but I'm also a member here, so I like to come to the event because I want to support the Rose and everything that it stands for, to help other women be able to get mammograms if they don't have insurance. So that's why I'm here, and stay positive. Stay strong. It's going to be a roller coaster, a really big roller coaster. But if you've got people in your corner, which I did, I had a really good, supportive family, friends, co-workers. I was only 32 at the time, so I had, a 2-year-old and a 7-year-old. So that was a lot. But my husband was amazing, and he was probably one of my biggest cheerleaders. But I think going through it, you got to have people in your corner. You got to have support. So just be strong, and you can do it. It's been 20 years for me, and I really never thought that I would see this day. Back then, with just the treatments and everything and the diagnosis, you just never know what's going to happen. But here I am, and I'm extremely grateful for that.
Thank you for joining us today on Let's Talk About Your Breasts. This podcast is produced by Speak Podcasting and brought to you by The Rose. Visit therose.org to learn more about our organization. Subscribe to our podcast, share episodes with friends, and join the conversation on social media using hashtag Let's Talk About Your Breasts. We welcome your feedback and suggestions. Consider supporting The Rose. Your gift can make the difference to a person in need. And remember, self-care is not selfish. It's essential.